Okay, so I went deep into the Green Lantern rabbit hole after the HBO teaser 2 was released just a couple of days ago from recording this video. And boy oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at the most bizarre, most niche, you probably didn't know about this facts about the Green Lantern and its whole entire lore. Let's get into it. Welcome to Off the Cliff. Why did the homework cross the road? Who cares, it's homework. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at the most unknown known facts that you probably didn't know you even knew. We're going to be looking at the cosmic absurdity that is the Green Lanterns, and we're going to start with the one that most of you actually probably knew but kinda overlooked. Green Lantern powers come from emotions. Most people think the Green Lanterns are just green space cops, and for the most part you would be right, except not a lot of people actually know that the entire Lantern mythology is actually based on something called the emotional electromagnetic spectrum. This was brought by Geoff Johns in the Green Lantern era between 2004 to 2005 and was also later reiterated in Sinestro's Corpse War as well as the Blackest Night comic books. Basically, without trying to confuse you, it goes like this. Every color is associated with an emotion. For example, green is willpower, yellow is fear, red is rage, blue is hope, orange is greed, violet is love, and indigo is compassion, meaning that the DC universe basically runs on feelings. The undead Green Lantern whose ring refused to let him die. So, there's a Lantern who has one of the darkest stories in Lantern history for that matter. An undead Lantern named Drick. Basically, his story is this. He died. Okay, let me give you the nightmare fuel. During a battle on the planet Clymenade, Drick's body was fatally damaged, but his Power Ring's life support system malfunctioned so hard, instead of preserving his life, it preserved his corpse. So, his decaying body continued to operate as a Green Lantern while his mind slowly deteriorated over time. Yeah, that is straight up horror movie material. He eventually died when his ring ran out of power or was destroyed, which allowed his body to finally expire. So yeah, somewhere in DC lore, zombies can become lanterns. The Green Lantern Corps has a literal virus as a member. Alright, so if you thought Drick's story was bizarre, there are actually two lanterns who are literal diseases. Their names are Lizalpon and Despotilis, as in both of them are sentient viruses, as in microscopic diseased organisms with power rings. Like, I need you to understand that somewhere in DC lore, germs can feel rage. Alright, so let's start with Lizalpon. Lizalpon first appeared in Green Lantern Volume 2, issue number 188, released in 1985. This issue was created by Steve Eaglehart and Joe Staton. Lizalpon is a sentient smallpox virus who's part of the Green Lantern Corps, and because he's microscopic, he specializes in basically microbiology crimes. As in, imagine getting arrested by flu. Now, moving on to Despotilis. Despotilis first appeared in Green Lantern Volume 4, issue number 18, released in 2007 during Geoff Johns' Sinestro Corps era. And unlike Lizalpon, Despotilis is a sentient bioweapon created and infected with the Yellow Lantern Fear energy. He became part of Sinestro's Corps after gaining consciousness, escaping containment, and wiping out the entire population of his homeworld, Kandra, which means one of the deadliest members of the Sinestro Corps is a literal virus. So yeah, bacteria can become lanterns. The Guardians created the Corps because they're emotionally broken. The Guardians originated on the planet Oa and first appeared in Green Lantern Volume 2, issue number 1, released in 1960, created by John Broome and Gil Kane. Or Jill Kane, not really sure how to pronounce that one. Basically, after witnessing massive universal chaos for like billions of years, they came to the conclusion that emotions cause disorder. So what was their solution? They suppressed their own emotions and created the Green Lantern Corps to act as an intergalactic police force that is fully built on control and willpower. The funny part? Willpower requires emotions to work. Green Lantern rings used to do completely random nonsense. Modern day lantern rings are basically energy based constructs, but old school Silver Age Green Lantern rings, yeah, they were completely unhinged magic wands with a battery life. Back in the 50s and 60s, especially during the John Broome era, lanterns didn't really have an established law. There was no emotional electromagnetic spectrum. So yeah, lantern rings could probably do anything that the writer wanted. And by anything, I mean anything. Let me give you an example of some of the most absurd things that the rings could do. Number 1, mind control and hypnosis. In Green Lantern issue number 57, released in 1996, after a villain discovered the Green Lantern and the Flash's secret identities, Hal Jordan used his ring to erase the villain's memory and install mental blocks to prevent him from ever remembering them again. Number 2, intangibility. In the comic Showcase issue number 22, released in 1959, in Hal Jordan's origin story, shortly after receiving the ring from a dying Abin Sur, he used the ring's power to dematerialize himself and walk right through walls. Long story short, at that point the ring basically operated on whatever sounds cool this week. The willpower retcon only came into effect during Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Rebirth, where he introduced the emotional electromagnetic spectrum. So yeah, Green Lantern lore is actually way deeper than we actually thought, and I have a feeling that this episode is only the tip of the iceberg. Anyways, thank you so much for going down this rabbit hole with me, and if you like this kind of content, please like and consider subscribing for more on your favorite superheroes. As always, it's been nice. I'm Cliff, you're a nerd. Stay tuned for more on Off the Cliff, brought to you by ssUnshineNerds.